So now we're going to look at units of mass, or how heavy things are, and the units that we're going to use to weigh those things. So a gram is a small unit used to weigh objects. It indicates how heavy the object is. And so that you can put it into perspective, a packet of crisps weighs about 30 grams. A kilogram, which is a bigger unit of weight, is made up of 1,000 grams. And a gram is made up of 1,000 milligrams, which is a smaller unit of weight. And you can see that we've got abbreviations, just like we did with our units of length. G is for grams, kg is for kilograms, and mg is for milligrams. So how do we weigh these objects? Well, typically we use scales. And you can see here we've got a set of scales, and they're balanced because, as we've just discovered, 1 kilogram equals 1,000 grams. You can also get things like weigh bridges, which are used to weigh cars and trucks. They drive onto the weigh bridge, and then the weigh bridge acts like a scale. You've got bathroom scales. You've also got digital scales or electronic scales, which basically give you your weight in a digital, either in metric units or kilograms and grams, or sometimes you'll see imperial units like pounds and stone, which are typically used for weighing human beings. So let's relate the weight to the volume topic that we've done previously. If you remember, we looked at a 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter cube, and we discovered that by multiplying the length times the breadth times the height, we got 1 cubic centimeter, or 1 centimeter cubed, as the volume of this object. So if you were to fill that hollow cube with weight, it would weigh 1 gram. So we can relate that to our solid and liquid units. So 1 cubic centimeter is equal to 1 milliliter when we looked at liquid volume, and that equals 1 gram. And then 1,000 cubic centimeters is equivalent to 1 liter, and that's equivalent to 1 kilogram. So let's look at kilograms and grams and how we can do some converting. Since there are 1,000 grams in a kilogram, to convert between grams and kilograms, we're going to multiply or divide the given amount by 1,000. So the first example we've got is to convert 5 kilograms to grams. So we're going from the bigger unit to the smaller unit, so that means we're going to be multiplying because we need more of the smaller unit. So we're going to do 5 and we're going to multiply it by 1,000. And that's going to give us 5,000. And remember, we need units on our answers, so it's 5,000 grams. If we want to convert 7,000 grams to kilograms, we're going from the smaller unit of weight to the larger one. So we're going to divide. And again, it's always by 1,000 when we're dealing with weight. So we're going to do 7,000 divided by 1,000. And if you remember, without a calculator, you're jumping your decimal point. So let's get another color, and we're going bounce, bounce, bounce for the 3 zeros. And so we're going to end up with 7, and we need our unit kilograms. So what if we've got something like this? Convert 2,750 grams to kilograms and grams, or kilograms only. So obviously if we've got kilograms only, we're going to have a decimal answer. So if we're converting it to kilograms and grams, anything that is in the thousands column or bigger is the number of kilograms, and anything that's in the hundreds column and smaller is going to be part of our grams. So you can see here we've got a 2 in our thousands column, so we're going to have 2 kilograms, and then the rest of it, the 750, is our grams. If we want to convert it to kg on its own, then we're going to divide by 1,000. So we're going to do 2,750 divided by 1,000. And again, we're jumping our decimal point, which is after the 0. 1, 2, 3. So it's going to end up between the 2 and the 7. And so we're going to get 2.750 kg, or we can just write it as 2.75 because we don't really need that extra 0 at the end. But remember your units. Now, if we're converting from 6 kilograms and 50 grams to grams only, first of all, we're going to convert the 6 kilograms. So we're going to take the 6 kilograms, and we know that we need to multiply by 1,000 to give us 6,000. And then we want to add on the 50. So make sure that you line up the 50 in the right place. And then we're going to add it all together. And so we get 6,050, and our unit there is grams. So, what if we want to do some problem solving with weight? So an example here, we've got 3 cats, and they weigh 4 kilograms, 3 kilograms and 200 grams, and 2 kilograms and 850 grams. What is their total weight? Well, the easiest thing to do is convert them all into grams only before you start. So the biggest cat weighed 4,000 grams because we know that 4 times 1,000 gives us 4,000. Our 3 kilograms 200 grams is going to be 3,200 because we've got 3 times 1,000 is 3,000 plus 200 is 3,200. And our final cat, the smallest one, is 2,850 because we've got 2 kilograms, which is 2,000, and then we add on the 850 grams. And we're going to add them all together because the key word there was total, which means that we're going to add them together. So 0 plus 0 plus 0 gives us 0. 0 plus 0 plus 5 gives us 5. 8 plus 2 gives us 10, so we're going to carry that one. And 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 2 is 9, and we're going to add that carried one. So we've got 10,050 grams. And if we wanted to, we could take our 10,050 grams and divide it by 1,000. So we're going jump, jump, jump. So our decimal point is going to be between the zeros. And so it's 10.05 kilograms. So Katie, in the next example, has packed 2 suitcases. The blue one weighs 18.7 kilograms and the purple one weighs 22.4 kilograms. What is the difference in their weights? So difference means we're going to subtract. So we're going to put the larger suitcase, so that's the purple one, on the top line of our calculation. And we're going to put the smaller one on the bottom line of our calculation. Now, we're going to have to do some borrowing because, remember, you have to take the bottom number away from the top number, and we can't take 7 away from 4. So we're going to go and borrow from the units column and make that 14. And now we're doing 14 take away 7, and that gives us 7. We're lining up our decimal point, and now we need to take 8 away from 1. But again, we can't do that. So we need to borrow from the tens column and make that into 11. And now we can do 8 take away 11, or 11 take away 8, which is 3. And 1 take away 1 is 0, and so it's 3.7 kilograms is our final answer. So, we mentioned earlier that a packet of crisps weighs 30 grams. So how much will a 6-pack weigh? So we want to know what 6 30s are. Now we can do 30 plus 30 plus 30 plus 30 plus 30 6 times, or we can do 30 multiplied by 6. And 6 times 0 is 0, and 6 times 3 is 18, and so we have 180 grams. The final example we're going to look at is we've got a box that weighs 200 grams and it contains 5 jars of honey. The total weight of the box and honey is 3 kilograms and 325 grams. What is the weight of 1 jar of honey? So let's change this total weight into grams only. So that is going to equal 3,325 grams. 3 kilograms is 3,000 grams, and then we're adding on our 325. Now, to work out what a pot or a jar of honey weighs, we need to take away the weight of the box. So we need to do 3,325 take away 200. And 5 take away 0 is 5, 2 take away 0 is 2, 3 take away 2 is 1, and 3 take away 0 is 3. So we know that the 5 jars of honey weigh 3,125 grams. And we want to then divide the 3,125 by the 5 jars of honey to work out the weight of one of those jars. So 5 doesn't go into 3, and we're going to carry that 3. 5 goes into 31 6 times, because 6 times 5 is 30, so there's a remainder of 1. 5 goes into 12 2 times, because 2 times 5 is 10, remainder 2. And 5 goes into 25 5 times. And so 1 jar of honey is going to weigh 625 grams.